everyone, this is Liz Easton, and I wanted to take a quick second to invite you to listen in to the PC Book Club. Wait, I need to start again. Hi, everyone. This is Liz Easton, and I wanted to take a quick second to invite you to listen to the PC Book Club, aka PCBC. Every so often, Ricardo Avila and I chat about the books that you should be reading right now. It's just like sitting on your own private book club discussion, only there's probably slightly more references to true crime and Charles Dickens. I did not write this.
We may have to re-record that anyway, because I think you just said it's just like sitting on your own private book club.
She did. That was great. Sitting on a book club. Sitting on a private book club. That's pretty racy. Sorry.
Should I try again? It's just like sitting in on your own private book club discussion, only there's probably slightly more references to true crime and Charles Dickens. So if you're looking for the class with an occasional dose of the sass, then check out the PC Book Club right here on the Popping Collars feed. Class and sass.
Love it.
I was praying to the Lord for some fun, but I guess He didn't have some.
Hi, I'm Greg.
And I'm Betsy.
And this is Going on 30, a Popping Collars side project where we get busy living or we get busy dying.
That's about damn right, Greg.
With movies that were nominated or should have been nominated for Best Picture 30 years ago. This month, we're looking at The Shawshank Redemption.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard all the evidence. I submit that this was not a hot-blooded crime of passion. Consider this. A revolver holds 6 bullets, not 8. That means that he fired the gun empty and then stopped to reload.
By the power vested in me by the state of Maine, I hereby order you to serve 2 life sentences back to back, 1 for each of your victims. So be it.
Send you here for life? That's exactly what they take.
I believe in 2 things. Discipline.
Help me down!
And the Bible. Here you receive both.
Andy came to Shawshank Prison in 1947. Why'd you do it?
I didn't, since you asked.
You can fit right in. I must admit, I didn't think much of Andy first time I laid eyes on him. He had a quiet way about him. A walk and a talk that just wasn't normal around here.
There are places in the world that aren't made out of stone. There's something inside they can't touch.
What are you talking about?
Hope.
Let me tell you something, my friend. Hope is a dangerous thing.
Damn it, Dufresne, you're putting me behind!
Hope can drive a man insane.
You better be sick or dead in there, I kid you not!
I better get used to that idea. Oh, my holy God.
I guess it comes down to a simple choice, really. Get busy living, or get busy dying.
Get busy living, or get busy dying. That's damn right.
Betsy, I have a brief description of The Shawshank Redemption. Oh, actually, well, I have a medium-length description of The Shawshank Redemption. Would you like to hear it?
Okay, I would love to hear.
Imprisoned in the 1940s for the double murder of his wife and her lover, upstanding banker, I guess, okay, Andy Dufresne begins a new life at the Shawshank prison, where he puts his accounting skills to work for an amoral warden. During his long stretch in prison, Dufresne comes to be admired by the other inmates, including an older prisoner named Red, for his integrity and unquenchable sense of hope.
Could have been tighter, but...
I would like to point out that Andy was not always hopeful. during
No,
his prison
no, there was definitely some darkness.
There were some moments where Andy was not feeling hopeful. Betsy, what is your history with the Shawshank Redemption?
Was it TBS or TNT? Which one showed it all the time?
TNT. So back in the
TNT.
90s, TNT was the
Yes.
drama channel and TBS was the
Yes.
comedy channel. Yeah.
TNT knows drama,
Mm-hmm.
which then fed into The Closer. Great, great series.
That's
Spear
right.
Sedgwick,
That's
star
right.
of Singles. But so I think I might have seen this. I don't know. I feel like I might have seen it in the movie theater.
Uh,
Maybe.
I mean, you would be
I mean,
one of few.
it was up there. Like it was up there. It had all kinds of Oscar buzz. It
Mm-hmm.
is my deep belief that this film should have won the Oscar for Best Picture
Oh
over
wow.
Forrest
Okay.
Gump. Yeah,
Wow.
I've this was the first time I remember watching and being like, they got robbed.
Okay.
I would then watch it. Yeah, I mean, it would come on TNT, and you're like, yeah, I'm just
Mm-hmm.
sitting around here on a Saturday afternoon,
That's right.
gonna watch a little Shawshank Redemption, you know? So it's just one of those, it was ubiquitous. It's almost like weird that it hasn't like become like, like a connected with a holiday, they used to play like the Wizard of Oz, like
Like
once a
the
year on
Thanksgiving.
TV. Yeah. Or, weirdly, they do the Ten Commandments around Easter. I never
Yeah.
understood that. It feels like it should be like a film like that.
Uh, I
But it
guess
does have male sexual assault, which is
it
difficult, which you
does.
have to deal with that. And
Like I
TNT
was.
would, I feel like they did some editing there, maybe. But anyway,
Yeah.
just very familiar with this movie.
Yeah. I don't know if the sisters scream "Happy Thanksgiving" to me.
Maybe not.
I would say it's almost a perfect rewatchable movie, right?
Mhm.
It's almost a perfect movie for TNT because there are so many moments in this movie where you can be like, oh, they're working on the roof. I'll stop and watch this part. Or
Mhm.
Andy's working with the kid, on getting his GED. I'll watch this part.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's like there's so many of those that it's like it's almost the perfect TV movie
Well,
because
and
you
if
can
you
just kind
watch
of
it like,
drop in anywhere.
yeah, full length now, when when the commercial breaks are
Mm-hmm.
in the movie.
Yeah.
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 What about you?
So I think this must have been a rental. Like I think that this was probably like a Friday night Blockbuster rental because I do not think I saw this in the movies.
Now, when did you become a Stephen King fan?
Okay, so when was I all in on Stephen King was
Yeah.
the miniseries of The Stand. That was when I was like, oh crap, I've got to read like every Stephen King thing that I possibly can.
Right.
Up to that point, it was whatever Stephen King covers looked interesting to me.
Mm.
So like, I think of oh gosh, like is it Skeleton Crew that has the monkey?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And like that monkey cover and stuff like that. And so yeah, so it was like whatever cover sort of stood out. But yeah, the Stand miniseries was like I've got to read
Mm-hmm.
every Stephen King novel ever created. And I think I got to because Shawshank was part of the Four Seasons
Yes.
book of short stories. And I think I got to that after watching either Apt Pupil or the Johnny Depp movie
Mm.
that's in that book that I was like, oh, I've got to go back and read the Four Seasons book to catch up on all these. But I mean, that's the thing about King is that you'll occasionally get these stories that are sinister and creepy, but not necessarily horror. And I
Right.
feel like Shawshank kind of falls into that.
Yeah, it's more the human psyche and what, the malleableness of morality and that sort of thing that it's playing with, and how you could end up in jail tomorrow. Like, we're watching this happen to this upstanding white man in, what, the
Hmm.
1950s or whatever, 40s, 50s,
40s, yeah.
40s. And that could then happen to anybody, especially when you then become useful and then you know too much.
Yeah, I want to
So
get into the prison stuff. I think that I want to
yeah.
save that for like the lasting
Okay.
legacy of this
Yeah, sure.
movie. But I do think that King has he has a particular fear of prison, I think, because he frequently
Mm,
comes back to it as an
mm-hmm.
image. Like even in The
Mm-hmm.
Stand, like Lloyd starts off in prison and like everybody else in the prison dies and he
Mm-hmm.
has to like figure out like how he's going to feed himself and he like
Right.
eats his cellmate, you know, or something
Yeah, yeah,
before
yeah.
Flag comes to get him.
Yeah.
Then of course the Green Mile, right? He
Yeah.
goes into that whole thing. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that he has like this sort of he knows that prison is a good kind of setup for horror. And there
Yeah.
are horrific elements to the Shawshank Redemption. Like
Mm-hmm.
it is almost it's not unlike The Shining in the sense that you kind of get the sense that the building itself is haunted
Yes.
somehow. Yeah. Or is the
Yes.
source of evil. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so this was a rental, came to it, you know, and then of course TNT, like you said. I do have a scorching hot take though. Speaking of
Please, I
prison,
want it. I want it.
Andy probably should have been in prison.
You need to leave.
Why?
He seems like a bit of a psycho. Like he seems like a sort of it like if he I get that he didn't commit the crime that he was in prison for, but it was probably better for society that Andy end up in prison at some point, just so that he could kind of reset himself.
I don't know whether I agree with that.
Little too many far off stairs from Andy,
I
for me
mean,
anyway.
yes, there's a lot of that happening here, but that's nothing that some meds couldn't help with. So he's probably depressed, you
Yeah,
know,
I would
for
say that
sure.
that's likely.
Yeah.
He's depressed. He's
Yes.
OCD, clearly, right?
Yes. Yep. Yep.
And he is an odd duck
Yes.
compared to the other prisoners.
Right. Well, it's as a new fish. That's what makes him stand out, you know? Yeah.
What are your initial takes on the
Well, I
Shawshank?
mean, I think finally getting to this film alphabetically.
I know.
Yeah, I think it's been fascinating because like this is the film Tim Robbins chose to make. We've
Yeah.
run into him turning down so
So
many of the films that we've watched.
when was the last time that we saw him? Was The Player for us, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But like, we talked about he was up for quiz show. We've talked about he's been up for other stuff and but he chose this piece to be the one that he was going to put his star turn behind. And I think he does that. I mean, I think he's a movie star, and he's been in lots of other films, but I think for me this was the one where it was like leading man, here he is, and then you're pairing him with Morgan Freeman. I mean, it's just amazing. The two
Yeah.
of them, their chemistry together in this movie is pretty great.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this was the clincher for me in the Morgan Freeman makes everything better.
Yeah.
I think I've said the Morgan Freeman rule before, right? That Morgan
Hmm.
Freeman makes a good movie great, makes a great movie exceptional, you know, all of that
Hmm.
stuff. This is like case in point, right? Because it's
Yeah.
like this could have been a nothing burger
Yeah.
until you get Morgan Freeman. What do you think about the narration?
I like the narration.
It's, you know, narration is often divisive and most people lean towards not liking it. I think
Yes, I like that. I
this is
think it
the
works
movie
here.
where it works. Yeah.
Hmm. This was one of the films where cinematography really stood out for me, and how it was shot. Like when they go down that tunnel, they do all of that. It's like I'm just like
Hey man,
right there.
that's pure Roger Deakins. That's Roger Deakins
Yeah,
magic right there,
I
man.
mean, so good. Yeah, well, and it's the Frank Darabont of it all. This is somebody that King
Was
seems
this
to
his
like to
first
do his work
is this his first movie?
as a director.
Yeah.
Oh, he did The Woman in the Room. That's a short. Buried Alive in '90. This was his first big film. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
that's amazing.
I
And
mean,
then he
here's the thing
also does
about
Green Mile
yeah.
and then The Majestic. I mean, there was a lot of talk of him being like the the Frank Capra
Yeah.
kind of this time period.
Right. But he has, like, if you think about Frank Darabont, like in his obituary, it's going to say Frank Darabont, creator of, director of the Shawshank Redemption and creator of the Walking Dead TV series, right? I mean, he's got so many, like he's got his thumb on like so many like huge properties that sort of like seem way beyond like someone like Frank Darabont. But yeah, you're totally right. I have a couple of not so hot takes.
Let's hear it.
The Morgan Freeman parole stuff, peek behind the curtain. That's kind of, if you want to know what Greg's ordination journey was in the Episcopal Church, it looks a lot like Morgan Freeman's parole stuff.
I think that's, I wasn't in the room, but that's my impression.
And then here's the big one, the big not as hot take. I think I could do 500 yards in the sewage pipe. I think I could crawl 500 yards through a river of shit, as Morgan Freeman says. I think I could do it.
And to crawl to freedom through 500 yards of shit-smelling foulness I can't even imagine. Or maybe I just don't want to. 500 yards. That's the length of 5 football fields. Just shy of half a mile.
I believe in you. Greg.
Should we set this up? Should we like...
No, I feel real good about not doing that.
Should we put this on our YouTube channel?
Right? No, thank you. Some sort of Taskmaster challenge? Absolutely not.
No, this is what the challenge is missing, right? This is the real world.
Oh man,
world
yeah,
rules.
there we go.
They need a Shawshank themed challenge. Crawl through the sewage pipe.
Yes. Dig through this wall. This could be the final.
That's right. Yeah, so all in all, I think that I would do okay at Shawshank, especially if I could get access to a few things. Betsy, I have the top 5 things that I would sneak into Shawshank Prison if I could.
The top 10? Did you say 10?
Top 5. Top 5 things.
I was like, oh my God.
That I would sneak into Shawshank Prison.
So you just basically made this top 10 up.
Yeah, I made up a top 5.
Okay, all right. Sorry. You made this top 5 up. Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So since you made this up, I'm guessing there's probably still an honorable mention.
There is an honorable mention.
Okay, so what is that?
I should also say that I made this list up and it is not time sensitive. So I understand that Shawshank is set in the 40s. But I am not going to be beholden to that. I am going to cross outside of 40s culture here.
I feel like that's cheating, but fine. So what are you doing?
Okay, so my honorable mention is a set of earplugs. You know, when the new fish comes in, it gets kind of loud, and I don't know that I can sleep through that. So I need to kind of block out the noise that's going on in Shawshank, so that I can get my 8 hours.
Okay. What about number 5?
Number 5, I'm gonna need a tablet with stuff to read on it. But you know what? I'm not just gonna get anything on my tablet. I'm gonna get like the Marvel Comics app on my tablet, because then I have access to every comic book that's ever been written, and I can just like, that's a lot of hours that I can kill, like reading comic books in my bunk.
True.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4.
Number 4, I need a companion. I need companionship. So I'm going to sneak in like a goldfish or a betta fish or something like that I can set up on my windowsill, and he can like swim around, and I can like have a little pet.
That's how they get to you, Greg. It's when you love something. So just going to warn you, that fish isn't going to last very long, new fish. Okay, number 3.
Number 3, give me a Rubik's Cube. I feel like if I had plenty of time to just sort of sit and study, I could figure this out. I could figure this out. Like the only thing that I'm missing is time. And in prison, I have all the time in the world. So yeah, give me a Rubik's Cube. Yeah.
Okay. 3. Oh,
that was my 3.
That was your 3. What's your 2?
Number 2, and this is hands down, absolutely. this is one of the things that I would totally need, is the Mattel Classic Football handheld game. You know, with the little lights and stuff where you like move up and down and you move your little red light from one side of the
Hmm.
screen to the other. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's one of the best video games ever made. Like low key, one of the best video games ever made. And it's just a little handheld football game. It's great.
Number one.
Number one, this is non-negotiable. This is something that I'm absolutely, if I show up in Shawshank Prison, this is the first thing I'm going to ask Red to get me. I need a French press. I need some, like, how am I supposed to
Oh my
function
God.
in the morning, right? Like, I need some coffee. So, French press from Red, that's the number one thing.
This is the most pretentious list. Good
I feel like
Lord.
if I have all of these things, I'm in good shape. I can function in
Did you know
Shawshank.
that you can tour the prison?
Oh, really? Is it still
Yeah,
standing?
it's the Ohio State Reformatory in Mansfield, Ohio. And you
Wow.
can take a self-guided tour or a guided Hollywood meets history tour to see movie props, set pieces, and actual locations from the film. You can see the warden's office, Andy Dufresne's escape tunnels, and then there's also like you can see like the Reds parole board room.
Wow.
And then there's also a Shawshank Trail where you can see the bench where Brooks feeds pigeons in downtown Mansfield and the rural spot where Red finds Andy's box.
Is there a 500-yard long sewage pipe for me to crawl through?
Potentially. That's
Okay,
what I'm saying.
nice.
I'm saying to you,
Definitely want to
it
check that
sounds
out.
like a maybe. There's also, you can take the Shawshank bus
Okay.
tour.
So I could be a new
So,
fish. Nice.
yes. Yes. There you go.
So you said this is in Ohio?
Hmm.
Okay. That tracks.
Mansfield, Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That tracks.
Yeah.
I have taken a tour of a prison before. However,
Hmm.
I took a
Oh,
tour of Alcatraz,
yes, me too.
San Francisco Bay. So,
I also took a tour of the Kilman jail in Dublin,
oh,
which very much looks like it was kind of built around, I mean, because there's all this, prisons, and I know we'll talk about this a little bit, like the
mhm.
sociology of prisons and things like that. Like there's different ideologies around how you build prisons. And so you
Yeah.
can see ones from different periods of time. But I will say, if you are interested in doing the reformatory tour, please note that from September 2nd to November 21st, the tour route is adjusted due to the blood prison haunted house setup
Oh,
that
okay.
every good prison does
Of course. Yeah, totally.
during, right. So
Totally.
yeah,
The blood
the
prison.
blood
Yeah,
prison, you
yeah,
got to
yeah.
do, right. Oh, they have escape rooms too. Oh man. Wow. Okay. So anyway, back to it.
Andy Dufresne crawled through a river of shit
Yep.
on his escape from.
From the blood prison.
Congratulations, Andy! You escaped! Yay!
Yay.
You did it under time.
Yeah, that escape
Um,
room, tough.
what is your best scene from the Shawshank Redemption?
It's red at the end of the film. I mean, all of it.
Oh,
It's that final parole board meeting
the
is my favorite
Wataneo?
scene.
Oh,
Well, it's
the
more the parole board when he finally says what he's going to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then, that get busy living, get busy dying. Like, I mean, all of that.
Ellis Boyd Redding, your files say you've served 40 years of a life sentence. You feel you've been rehabilitated?
Rehabilitated? Well, now let me see. I don't have any idea what that means.
Well, it means you're ready to rejoin society.
I know what you think it means, Sonny. To me, it's just a made-up word. A politician's word, so that young fellas like yourself can wear a suit and a tie and have a job. What do you really want to know? Am I sorry for what I did?
Well, are you?
There's not a day goes by I don't feel regret. Not because I'm in here, because you think I should. I look back on the way I was then, a young, stupid kid who committed that terrible crime. I want to talk to him. I want to try to talk some sense to him. Tell him the way things are. But I can't. That kid's long gone, and this old man is all that's left. I gotta live with that. Rehabilitated. It's just a bullshit word. So you go on and stamp your form, Sonny, and stop wasting my time. Because to tell you the truth, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, and then you see the initials, and it's just, and when he finds the box, and the way and the bird screeches, and the way he looks around, because it's like he's still in prison in his
Yeah.
mind,
Yeah.
and so it's that mentality is just so amazing to me how he pulls that up.
It's so long. I think every time I watch the movie, I keep thinking like, oh, there's like a 5 minute little coda where Red gets out and then he goes and
Mhm.
finds Andy, the end kind of thing. And it's like, no,
Mhm.
that's like 15 minutes. Like it takes a long time. Like Red gets out and you're with him in the grocery store. You're with him seeing Brooks. Like you're with him just kind of like it takes a long time to find the rock. Like all of that stuff takes a long time. It's really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the original ending of the movie was just him like on the bus leaving the prison. I don't think it
Right.
had like all of the discovering the rock. It definitely the scene of him finding Andy in Zawataneo was a reshoot because test audiences were like, we have to see Tim Robbins
Yeah.
again. We can't
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
end the movie without seeing him again. Yeah.
Yeah. hmm
So
Yeah. But I thought all of that was just so emotional and elegant. And I'm always crying.
I love it.
What about
Mine
you?
is the
Maybe enough
rooftop
to buy a new car, and
negotiation.
then what? I gotta pay tax on the car. Repair, maintenance, goddamn kids pestering you to take them for a ride all the time. Then at the end of the year, you figure the tax wrong, you gotta pay them out of your own pocket. I tell you, Uncle Sam.
What's he doing?
You said Rich getting himself killed.
Keep talking. No.
Some brother. Shit.
Hey! Mr. Hadley, do you trust your wife?
Oh, that's funny.
What I mean is, do you think she'd go behind your back, try to hamstring you?
That's it. Step aside, Mert. This having himself an accident.
You don't push him off the roof. Because if you do trust her, there's no reason you can't keep that 35,000.
What did you say?
35,000.
35,000.
All of it.
All of it?
Every penny.
You better start making sense.
If you want to keep all that money, give it to your wife. The IRS allows a one-time only gift to your spouse for up to $60,000.
Bullshit. Tax-free?
Tax-free. IRS can't touch 1 cent.
You're that smart banker what killed his wife, aren't you? Why should I believe a smart banker like you? So I can end up in here with you?
It's perfectly legal. Go ask the IRS. They'll say the same thing. I suppose I could set it up for you. That would save you some money. You get the forms, I'll prepare them for you. Nearly free of charge. I'd only ask 3 beers apiece for each of my co-workers.
Co-workers, get him. That's rich, ain't it?
I think a man working outdoors feels more like a man if you can have a bottle of suds. It's only my opinion. Sir.
And it's when Andy overhears Clancy Brown talking about, how the government's gonna take his inheritance money or whatever, and it's just like that whole scene, the way that whole scene unfolds, because you already know that this is a dangerous dude, right? Like
Right. Yep.
the prison guard, like it's just he's no one to trifle with. And so when Andy just walks up to him and starts this like, do you trust your wife business? I remember thinking, I understand that this is a movie, but I think Andy's about to go off this roof. Like, I think he's about to get thrown off of this thing.
Yeah.
And it's so perfect because you believe all of it. You believe that Andy is thinking through how to sort of negotiate like drinks for his friends. You believe that he's doing it like out of the goodness of his heart. You believe Clancy Brown is going to kill Andy at one point, and then you believe like why he would let Andy go. Like all of it is just like nothing is false in that scene. And that's why I really like it stands out to me every time I watch it where I'm just like, oof. Oh no, Andy, don't do it, kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And
No,
again,
totally.
another great Roger Deakins shot, right? Where it's like, you take that crane and you whip it up as high as you can so that you can see what Andy's fate is going to be. Like if he goes off the top of this roof, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I just like that whole thing of how Tim Robbins is able to talk his way out of a pickle with Clancy Brown.
Well, and he also, I mean, there but does become at a certain point, he's willing to take these big risks.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't speak more plainly. So much has been taken from him that he's willing to kind of take risks with how he interacts with people.
What's your best performance from the movie?
It's hard because I do really appreciate what Tim Robbins does in this film,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm always looking at Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, I mean it's
I'm
Morgan.
always looking at Red.
Yeah.
So
I get it that the answer is Morgan Freeman. I'm gonna make the case once again for Clancy Brown as Hadley. If only because there comes a moment when you're watching this movie where you kind of forget that Hadley is a dangerous dude. And then the movie comes back in and reminds you, oh no, like he's still the same evil piece of crap that you learned about at the beginning of the movie. Just because Andy's working with him doesn't make him a nice person, right?
Right. And I think I do like that they don't take the easy redemption route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and they also give you the added benefit of knowing his fate, right? Where he cries like a baby, when he has to go to prison. Yeah, that kind. But there's that moment where Hadley steps in and like basically eliminates Andy's problem. And you're kind of like, "Oh, okay. Mean but righteous justice has been served," kind of thing. And it's like, no, don't be deceived, right? Just because this pit bull has been turned on what we see as an enemy of Andy's doesn't mean that it's not a dangerous animal, right? And that's Betsy, I've got some stats about the movie.
Ooh, stats.
The Shawshank Redemption came out on September 23rd, 1994. All right. If you say so.
I mean, the movie does say fall to me.
I guess
fall
so.
in New England, pumpkin spice. I mean, it's got some of those vibes. That is when you look at like the color on the poster, right? That golden rod kind of hue.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
All right. I got you.
Says blood press. Right? Coming up on the heels of Halloween.
It is. Yeah, it is. It comes in ahead of the Halloween movies. Yeah.
Yes.
This day in 90210. We have arrived
What's
at
going on?
season 5, episode 5, entitled Rave On.
Oh man, let's explore rave culture with 90210.
Our younger listeners may not realize this, but you and I are old enough to know when rave culture was invented. And this was like right around this time. This was huge rave time.
This is pacifiers and glow sticks.
This is
let's go. I mean, I was trying to pitch the movie Go at the end of the summer to the children here to watch. They did not. They watched some nostalgic film from when they were kids. I'm like, fine, never mind. Like Boss Baby, or I don't know what the hell they watched. But anyway, I was like, you missed out.
You missed out. Rave On. Steve convinces Nat and Dylan to let him organize a 2-night rave at the Peach Pit. This has bad idea written all over. There
That's a
is
terrible
nothing.
idea.
There is nothing in this sentence that sounds like a good idea. Steve, two-night rave, Peach Pit, Nat
Is it
and
at the
Dylan.
Peach Pit after dark? It's
This
not in
could
the
be.
diner.
You know what? This could be the beginning of the After Dark. Because if Steve is pitching this to Nat, Nat doesn't know what a rave is.
Nat has no idea what a rave is.
Nat doesn't know. So it's probably like Dylan is going to go to Valerie and say, you know what? I think we should start a nightclub at the Peach Pit. And then that's when that's going to start up, I think.
Right. Because, I mean, typically a rave is in a good warehouse space.
Yeah.
There isn't a lot to get destroyed or hurt.
Right.
And is this connected to Keg House at all? No?
I don't think so. I think this is just Steve going on his own, which again, bad idea. It's just,
Bad idea.
We know enough about Steve to know, like this is not going to end well. So,
yeah.
Oh, and I didn't even read the second sentence.
No, what's the second part? Yeah, what's the B story?
The second sentence is not a B story. It's a commentary on Steve. So so it's Steve convinces Nat and Dylan to organize a rave, and then second sentence. Now that's surely going to end in tears. What?
Whoa. I mean, granted, they said the same damn thing that we said, but
wow, I didn't ask for commentary in my plot description, but I'll take it, I guess. Wow, okay.
Goodness gracious.
Shawshank had famously a domestic gross of $28 million.
Not great.
Not great. People think this movie is a hit. It was not a hit. Not in theaters, anyway. It was a hit in its second life on video and television. That's where it was a hit. Domestic gross of $28 million, making it the number 51 grossing movie of 1994. It is the number 3,160th top grossing movie of all time between, and Betsy, I don't think you're going to need IMDb for these.
I've already got it up. I'm just ready to go just in case.
I think you're going to know these.
Okay.
It comes between Predator 2. Predator 2. This is the Danny Glover Predator. This is when the Predator went to LA and Danny Glover was a cop and had to defeat the Predator in the
1990
jungle of LA. That's right, yeah.
With Gary Busey.
Gary Busey was in it. Mm-hmm. Yep. And I think Bill Paxton. Was in this one.
Ruben Blades, yes. Bill Paxton. And Maria Conchita Alonso.
There you go. So Predator 2.
Okay.
You get the Shawshank Redemption, and then you also get Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe Origins. So this is a G.I. Joe character.
So you think I don't have to look up Snake Eyes?
Oh, come on. So this is a G.I. Joe character, Snake Eyes. He was a ninja. I can tell you all about Snake. I grew up with G.I. Joe. I can tell you all about
know you can.
Snake Eyes was he was one of the good guy G.I. Joes, but he wore all black. He had this helmet and he never spoke. Like you never heard him speak. But he was like the ninja G.I. Joe. He was like the martial arts expert. And he had an op from Cobra that was that wore all white. That was like an actual ninja. Okay. Oh gosh, what was that guy's name? Shadow something.
Okay.
And so Snake Eyes so anytime G.I. Joe and Cobra would fight each other, Snake Eyes and this ninja would break off and have their own little mini fights. And it would always be the coolest. It would be like katanas and stuff like that.
He's called the Tenacious Loner.
Yeah, Tenacious Loner, Snake Eyes.
That's what you were thinking.
So this is his origin story. Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe Origins.
Okay, so I mean, Snake Eyes sounds kind of intriguing.
Okay.
So I might flirt with Snake Eyes.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, I mean, if he's a tenacious loner, maybe I can change him and help him. I can
It's like Andy Dufresne.
Yeah, I mean, he's
the
ninja.
Got, the ninja version of Andy.
And
Dufresne.
Henry Golding plays Snake Eyes. Okay, sure.
Great.
And then I'm going to marry Shawshank and I'm going to kill Predator
Oh no!
with heat-seeking glasses and stuff.
As someone who has seen these movies and loves Predator 2,
I know you do.
I'm
I
flirting
know
with
it's hard for
Predator
you.
2.
I know. Fine.
You gotta
You're going
marry
to kill
Shawshank.
Snake Eyes?
You gotta marry Shawshank. Yeah, we're gonna kill Snake Eyes because I can still watch the other G.I. Joe movies if I need to. Like, and
Okay.
Snake Eyes will be in those, so I'm all good.
Okay.
I can
Okay.
I can ditch the Snake Eyes movie.
Okay.
When is the G.I. Joe Transformer crossover movie coming? That's what I'm waiting for.
So you can have all your 80s toys in like the same
Yeah. Well, yeah, I
movie?
need G.I. Joe X Transformers or whatever it is that we're doing now. And then at
Yeah.
the end of that movie in a post-credit scene, Lion-O from the Thundercats shows up and is like, "What's going on?"
And then they all work on a Rubik's Cube together.
That's right.
That'd be perfect.
That's $1 billion right there. I
That's
just
$1
made
billion.
somebody $1
I
billion
think it's
just
true. I
saying
think that's
ideas
true.
out loud. Oh my
I
God.
think that's true.
Shawshank has
Yeah.
an 89% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Hmm.
That feels low, doesn't it? Yeah.
What are people's issues exactly?
I don't think this was a critical darling.
No, well, and that's why I think it didn't win.
Right. I've got Roger's.
And the low gross.
I got Roger's review here. What do you think? What do you think, Raj?
I think he liked it. He's a tender-hearted guy.
Okay, I'll read you Raj's sentence, and this may explain why we're at 89% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
He says, if the film is perhaps a little slow in its middle passages, maybe that is part of the idea too, to give us a sense of the leaden passage of time before the glory of the final redemption. Three and a half out of 4 stars.
Put it away, Roger. Leaden. Come on.
Raj is like, this was like sitting in prison for 2 hours, but the ending was great. 3.5 stars.
I mean, back off, brother.
So there you go. That may be a bit of a glimpse. I think critics may have been bored.
Yeah, it's too slow. They wanted more editing. Got it.
Janet Maslin.
What'd she say?
A little more positive. She says, without a single riot scene or horrific effect, it tells a slow, gentle story of camaraderie and growth with an ending that abruptly finds poetic justice in what has come before. 5 out of 5 stars.
Interesting.
I don't think of this as a slow movie. I get that we have just read 2 critics that called it a slow movie. Like, at no point do I watch this movie and think, and look at my watch or something. Like, how did Shawshank do at the Oscars? Betsy had no wins at the Oscars.
That is just shocking to me.
No wins.
It's
but
just shocking.
In addition to Best Picture, it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nominations.
Okay, let me see. I have not looked this up.
Okay.
Both leading men.
No. 1.
Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
And he's in
the best
terrible supporting man category, which was the best. That was one of the best categories at this Oscars.
But Betsy, he's not running in supporting.
He's a lead?
He's running in lead actor.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And who won lead?
That was Tom Hanks. That was the second Tom Hanks.
Oh my God.
win.
Right. So the second indignity
That's
of
right.
it all. Okay. 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 Was
So
Frank
yeah, so you got
Darabont
Morgan
nominated?
Freeman in Best Actor.
Director?
No.
No. Cinematography.
Yes, Roger Deakins
Okay,
for
great.
cinematography. Mhm.
Score?
Score? Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Like set design?
No, not set design.
Costume?
No, I mean you would think it like with these sets.
Well,
but
I mean
no.
it's sort of a period film,
Yeah.
I don't know. So it was how many?
So remember that this is based on
Oh, right. So screenplay.
best adapted
Screenplay.
And you've got 2 more. I don't know. These are below the line. I don't know.
Is this some sound editing?
Best sound.
I mean, we're dealing with a storm and striking a pipe. Like,
Yeah.
I think, you gotta get that in there. Yeah.
So best sound, yep. And then one
And
more.
then stunts. I don't know. What is.
Best film editing. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
so.
Yeah, agreed.
The first night's the toughest. No doubt about it.
Upstairs.
They march you in naked as the day you were born. Skin burning and half blind from that delousing shit they throw on you. And when they put you in that cell, when those bars slam home, that's when you know it's for real. Old life blown away in the blink of an eye. Nothing left but all the time in the world to think about it. Most new fish come close to madness the first night. Somebody always breaks down crying. Happens every time. The only question is, who's it gonna be? It's as good a thing to bet on as any, I guess. I had my money on Andy Dufresne.
What's the lasting legacy of this movie? Let's talk about the prison industrial complex.
Yeah.
Because Betsy, I think a really pertinent question. How much does Shawshank inform people's imagination of what prison is?
In what way do you mean? Like,
are people like, oh yeah, I know what prison is. I saw Shawshank Redemption.
and it's still pretty awful.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
think
get it. Like, people could be like, oh, I saw Oz, or something like that, right? But, like, I feel like Shawshank has, like, a hold over what people think prison is. Which is like, oh, you don't want to go there. You spend a lot of time in your cell.
Mm-hmm.
You have a cell all to yourself. Like, they don't think about it as, like, an overcrowded.
Right. Well, I mean, they're holding on to a very Victorian idea of prisons, which is what I think this would be, a Victorian prison, I want to say. I did not Google that fact. But that idea of kind of that, all of the rooms opening onto this central room and this stairwell and all of that sort of stuff. And, that's kind of how it works. I mean, I think this probably was the first movie I ever watched about prison. It hasn't been the last, but it's the first movie that I ever looked at in that way. And that, what is justice in this place? This is supposed to be justice.
Well, that's the other question that I had here, which is, what is the redemption? Is it Andy's redemption, or is the prison somehow redeemed because Andy came out of it? Like, is it because listen, there are biblical images all through this movie. Is this the Jesus goes into hell and then rises to heaven kind of thing? Like, is the prison redeemed because Andy has found his way out of it?
I don't think so. I don't think the prison is ever redeemed, because it just destroys and destroys and destroys.
So the Shawshank Redemption is Andy was redeemed in Shawshank Prison, not that Shawshank was a redeemed building.
He became a different person because of that experience. And is there something? I think it's almost. I don't know. Is it human beings making meaning out of terrible events? That we have to talk about and think about how we're going to actually live our lives. And so he's a different person. He finds a different peace in his life than a marriage that wasn't working and a job that I don't know whether you consider it fulfilling. And somehow he becomes more in tune with what he wants to get busy living doing.
Yeah.
And what matters inside that place when everything is stripped away from you. I don't think it's a lesson that he needed to learn, in that way of like everything happens for a reason type stuff. That's not my jam at all. But that, how do you is he able to redeem his experience in that place through his actions? And would that be true whether he lived or died is another interesting idea as well. Because he changed the lives of other people. But, you watch how Brooks's life was just destroyed by being incarcerated for so long, and how there are ways that we're figuratively incarcerated, literally incarcerated, that
The world got
We
itself in a
can't,
damn hurry. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, we can't imagine our lives in some other way.
I think that there's a large perception of prison that this isn't even getting into jail, which if you think about things like Rikers or something like that and
Mm,
how jails are being used as just holding places for black men who are
mhm,
waiting trial but are just being taken off the board, and like the deaths that are happening in like jails around the country and stuff, like that part is
mhm,
horrible. But for
mhm,
prison, like the goal is rehabilitation. But I think that there is an attitude amongst Americans that prison isn't about rehabilitation, it's about punishment. And I think that like there is a disconnect for how I think that a lot of people, our president, for instance, think what a prison's purpose is versus
mhm,
what a prison's actual purpose is. So
mhm,
when you watch a movie like Sing Sing, for instance, which came out last year,
mhm.
that's a movie about rehabilitation, but it doesn't track with how we think of prisons from movies like this or other prison movies that we see, right?
Yeah, I was thinking about that series that was on HBO with the four different directors, God Save Texas. Did you watch
Mm-mm.
that? Richard Linklater does a piece about his hometown and how there's a giant prison system there. And so that so many of the people that he went to high school with either graduate and work for the prison
Mm-hmm.
or graduate or don't graduate and end up in the prison.
Mm-hmm.
And so that kind of prison as job creator, as industry in your town and what that looks like.
It just feels like we live in a world, and I'm not, listen, there's lots of people that can tell you this, like, and give you a whole lot of more information on it than we can, but like,
Mhm,
it feels like we're living in a world and in a country anyway that sees prison as a holding area for undesirables in
mhm,
society,
mhm,
but undesirable for a certain group of people. And even like in this really sinister stuff is when things like detention centers take on prison elements and
mhm.
prison qualities. So
Yeah,
you have things like immigration detention centers that are default prisons for the people that
alligator
are living there.
Alcatraz. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just sad. Yeah. The whole thing is just
Yeah, and
really
we're
sad.
gonna, if you're homeless, once we're gonna put you in there next,
Right.
that sort of thing.
A
Mhm,
couple of before we get off of Lasting Legacy, I think that, listen, we're popping collars. We're a religion and
mhm,
pop culture podcast. This movie is dripping in religion.
mhm,
I want to say like uh well, two things. One, this movie does a great job of getting at how religion is used as a smokescreen for atrocity.
mhm.
Salvation lies within, right?
Right.
It's this idea of like the one person that keeps preaching the gospel is the one person who is not living the gospel. That
Mhm.
kind of thing.
Yep.
The parables that are in this movie, like I started counting them off in my head.
Mhm.
Like Andy is persistent widow with the letter writing
Mhm.
campaign.
Yes.
Rich man and Lazarus, right? There's this abyss there's this great chasm that exists between us and them,
Mhm. Mhm.
which kind of gets translated like in lots of different ways, but especially in Andy playing the record to the prisoners, and like you
Mhm.
really get the sense of like the gulf that exists between freedom and what it is that they live in.
Mhm.
Lost coin, still some
Yeah.
lost things, yeah, that are definitely sort of part of this.
Well, and that message that you're never really lost.
Hmm.
That you're never really so far gone that you can't come back. At least for Andy, and Red has been in there so long. When you see his mugshot, that you'd leave the 99 to come look for people, and Andy has that kind of. There's the element of the parables that it's like, oh, that behavior's wild. Who does that, right?
Hmm.
Who risks 99 sheep to go after one? Like that's a crazy making. But that there's a radicalness, as we've talked about, in the way that Andy views the world, that he would do that.
Who is this movie for?
And I think that is the interesting question. Because a movie that has such a low gross, that then it ends up being a movie that you can watch with, your teenage members of your family, parents, grandparents. I mean, it ends up becoming a movie that you can watch with a wide range of people, because it does have a Capra quality to it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is this our second Stephen King movie? I know we did Misery.
Yes, I think so.
I don't think that we've done another Stephen King, but it's the Stephen King movie that you can watch with your family.
Yeah.
You know?
Because it still has darkness in it. There's a lot of darkness in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not every family. The other families, they're going to go do Gump. And so I think that's just the huge difference between those two films. And it doesn't have a rockin' soundtrack, but it has a beautiful score.
It's fascinating, right? So I said it was for channel surfers because I was thinking of like the TNT stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like, this is such an odd movie because it obviously was not a hit in theaters, but you wouldn't call it a cult classic at this point.
Mm-mm.
Like, it's a mainstream classic. It just wasn't popular upon release. And it's like, I don't know. Like, if you're a studio, what's the takeaway from this? It's like, do we make more Shawshank Redemptions? Do we take a loss on the front end, hoping that we have a stone cold classic on the back end? It's like, it's so weird. It's such a weird movie.
Mm-hmm.
What is your rating for this movie out of 5?
Let's get into it, Greg.
I'm just wondering if this is going to be your 5 of the year.
That I've been waiting. It's 5, Greg.
Yeah, I figured.
I
was like, I bet Betsy's going to put this as her 5.
I mean, absolutely. I've been waiting. I've had to hold off because I want to just stick it to Forrest Gump.
Good try, Forrest. You better just keep on running.
Even though this movie, too, doesn't have a lot of diversity and it doesn't pass the Bechdel test either.
Oh, my God.
It is.
I give it a 4.5. I give it a 4.5 out of 5. It is a damn good movie. It never feels dated. A few more questions. Why did the Academy nominate this?
That's a damn good question.
That's a good question. Because there's nobody famous really associated with this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you've got Forrest Gump, no brainer. Pulp Fiction, we talked about, indie movie, they want to get it in there.
Mm-hmm.
4 Weddings and a Funeral is your international movie. Quiz Show is your prestigious director movie. And then Shawshank. It's not a crowd pleaser. It's not like, I don't. This is such a weird movie for the Academy to nominate. I'm sort of surprised that The Lion King doesn't have the spot. Unless they're just like, we're done with nominating animated movies. I get that.
Yeah. Sorry, we gave you Beauty and the Beast. Shut up.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's, the AI on my Google says it was nominated because it features powerful universal themes of hope, freedom, and friendship, coupled with strong performances, exceptional writing and direction that created a profound emotional impact for audiences.
Okay. I hear you.
Despite its weak box office opening and initial lack of public recognition, its quality was still acknowledged by the Academy.
Exactly.
So it's a hey, make more films like this, or is it saying to people, you should watch this film?
And Google AI seems to think that the Oscars is about picking the best movie. You and I both know that that's not the case. The Oscars are a TV show for the industry to promote stuff that they want to promote. This is just such a weird movie for them to want to promote. It's like,
agreed.
Unless here's the thing that I think that could. I'm sorry, I jumped on you, but
no, go. It's okay. No, go.
Here's the one thing that I think could account for it, which is that the actors are the largest voting branch, and I could see actors really liking this movie for the performance.
I would agree with that. Yes,
so that's it. Yeah,
yeah, and I think if you've got your cinematographers, your direction darlings, that people would vote for it for that. I think there could be folks who see this as a bit of a throwback to some sort of yesteryear type film and wished that we had more of that.
Yeah.
And maybe some of it is this classic type film in the face of new cinema that's popping off at this point with your Pulp Fictions, etc. So,
what did Emily say about this movie?
it's a favorite movie of hers. She does not think she saw it in theater, which I definitely, yeah, she also saw it repeat on television and rented it many times. There are certain scenes that stick out in her mind, like the scenes with Bird.
Okay.
And also the tarring of the roof, like you.
Yes.
And then she misses movies like this getting made now.
Okay.
Feels like we don't have them anymore. And she loves like a plan explained to the end. It's kind of adjacent to a good caper movie.
It feels like a heist movie a little bit. Yeah.
It does. It does. And so when you get that very satisfying, when he tears off that poster and then you just in that rabbit hole, it's so good.
Yeah.
So
I love it. What do you think David Letterman said about this in his Oscars monologue? I don't think he talked about this.
I don't think he did either.
Yeah.
Oprah, Uma, Oprah.
Betsy, that is it.
We've done it.
Shawshank Redemption in the books. 1994 in the books.
What a year. What a year.
Amazing. Next up, Betsy, it's a tradition unlike any other. It is the 6th annual Golden Poppers.
That much closer to double digit.
I can't believe we've been going this long.
It's very exciting. Very exciting.
Emily will join us again, hopefully.
Yes.
Like, we're going to have votes. Hopefully you've been voting up to this point. If you haven't voted yet, you still have time to vote.
Get out there. Go
to our website. We'll have at the support our pod section of the website, there will be a link to vote for the Golden Poppers. Check out our socials where we'll have links for Golden Poppers voting. Make your voice heard. We have had our say. It's now time for you to have your say on all of these great movies, these no-skip movies that we've had for this year.
That's right.
Betsy, thank you for coming all the way down to Zawataneo with me.
Listen, as long as you get a cold beer, let's go.
I hope you like rehabbing boats, because that's what we're going to be doing.
With a view, as long as there's a good view.
Really hope you like working on boats, because that's what we're doing here. And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.